grade scholars, Miss Keck here, ready to do some Tier 3 RTI reading comprehension lessons. Before we get started, we're going to make sure we have everything we need to grow our brains today. You'll need this story, What Does It Mean to Be Kind, from GetEpic.com. You can pause the video now and unpause it when you're ready to jump on in. Alright scholars, let's get started with our lesson. I have a question for you. Scholars, when was a time that you were kind? Tell Miss Keck what you did. Wow, that was so kind of you. How did it feel? How does it feel when somebody is kind to you? How does it feel when someone is kind to you? Tell Miss Keck. It feels great when somebody is kind to me, and I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing that, scholars. So, in today's story, a girl in a red hat finds the courage to be kind to a new student in class. Her kindness spreads, kind act by kind act. We're going to read and find out what she exactly does. So before we get started, we're going to look at some sight words right here, and we're going to make sure we know them immediately. So our first one is, you got it, others. Say it, say it, say it, say it. The next one is way. Say it, say it, say it, say it. Our next one is like. Say it, say it, say it. Our next one is more. Say it, say it, say it. And our last one is will. Say it, say it, say it. Awesome job, scholars. You'll know those words as soon as you see them because we practice them. So scholars, tell me, how do you decode words that you don't know? Tell Miss Keck. Great job. You find chunks that you know and say it faster and faster and think to yourself, does that make sense? Let's take a look at this word right here. We went over some of this week in our phonics lesson, but let's check it out. Ind, kind. Does that make sense? No, kind? Not for our story. But I know IND says the IND sound, so I'm going to put a K with that. Kind, kind, kind. Does that go with our story? It does, because our story is about being kind. Awesome job, scholars. So, when you are reading this story, you're going to make sure you use your decoding skills. And while you're reading, we're going to think of this question. What does the author want us to learn from the story? As you're reading, think to yourself, what does the author want us to learn from the story? You can now pause the video and unpause it when you're finished reading our story for today. Alrighty, scholars, I'm super excited to jump into our comprehension questions. Before we get started, what do we need to do? You got it! We need to mine for evidence, which means we find the answer in the text to show our teachers that we know the answer and our teacher knows where we got our answer. So we're going to get started with a factual question where we can find the answer directly in the text. What are some ways you can be kind according to the story? What are some ways you can be kind according to the story? Find the evidence. Tell me the answer. Amazing job, scholars. You told me so many different ways to be kind that you found in the story. Kiss your brain. Amazing job. Do a little dance. That was great. All right, our next question is an inferential question. It means we use the text and the picture and what we know to find our answer. Are you ready? Let's go. All right, scholars, how does the girl in the red hat make people feel when she does something kind for them? How does the girl in the red hat make people feel when she does something kind for them? Find the evidence. Now tell me the answer. Amazing job, scholars. You did an amazing job today, and I'm so proud of you. Kiss your brain. Do a little dance. Say, oh yeah. Say, oh yeah. Scholars, now we're going to jump into two critical thinking questions. These deal with our character motivation, how the character might have changed, or something that the author wanted us to learn from the story. Our first question is, how does our character change throughout the story? How does our character change throughout the story? Find the evidence. Awesome job. Now tell me the answer. Tell me the answer. Amazing job, scholars. Kiss your brain. You're doing a fantastic job. It's now our time to go into our last question for the day. And it is, what does the author want us to learn from the story? What does the author want us to learn from the story? Find the evidence. Tell me the answer. Amazing job today, scholars, finding those answers and critically thinking and reading and decoding your story. You did an amazing job today, and I will see you next time. Bye, scholars.